The Herdmans were the worst kids in the history of the whole world. They lied and stole and smoked cigars, even the girls, and talked dirty and cussed their teachers out and hit little kids and used the Lord's name in vain and set fire to Fred Shoemaker's old broken down tool house. Come on, guys. Oh. I'm sneaking. That's not. That's like the opposite. It's trying to kill us. No. Guys, it's like one. No, it's not.
Okay, I don't even have one yet.
Would you like that?
Is the fire done?
Woo! I love fires.
I'm just saying.
Hey! What do you keep doing?
It's not my fault.
Get out of here! The mayor's you! Fire! Fire! See what you've done?
Fire! Fire!
Right there!
Everybody out! It's gonna blow!
Fire!
Everybody out!
Oh!
Everybody back
Stay
up!
back! You're in very serious trouble. These things can really get out of hand.
Oh dear! Those poor children! They're always in trouble. Let's see if we can help them out.
Maybe we should just get out of the way.
We'll just leave the donuts for the firefighters here.
Come on, guys, get the water. What are you doing?
But what is happening? You forgot to hook it up!
It's not even hooked to the hose.
Oh my God!
I got an idea.
Oh my gosh! Those kids back! The Herdmans run! And they're so quick!
Let's go.
I want it.
Hey, I want it.
Fine!
Wait, no, I want yours. Come on, wait, yours is better. Sometimes. Hey. And that's not all. Someone sent 5 dozen donuts for the firemen, and the Herdmans ate every single one. And what they couldn't eat, they shoved in their pockets and down the fronts of their shirts. And that's not all. They wrote this really, really dirty word on the back of Naomi Waddle's turtle, so she couldn't take it to the YMCA pet show. Her mother won't let her. What was the word? And they wrote it in fluorescent paint, so it glowed in the dark. So when you couldn't see the turtle, you could still see the word. And that's not all. So they put tadpoles in the school drinking fountains, and Miss Barnes swallowed 2 or 3 by mistake. Someone shouted, "Stop! Mildred, you're drinking the tadpoles!" But it was too late. Did she get sick? Not right away. And that's not all. Now, I'm going to tell you the story of the Christmas pageant and what they did to that. There were 6 of them. Ralph, Imogene, Leroy, Claudia, Ollie, and Gladys. And they went through the Woodrow Wilson Elementary School like those South American fish that strip your bones clean. And they went around town the same thing. Tearing things up and ripping things up and ramming little kids. So it was hard to get away. There was only one safe place.
Sweet hour of prayer, because there are no hurdles there. And Jesus loves us, as they say, because he keeps the miles away.
Double duty.
That is my little brother Charlie. That's what he said when the Sunday school teacher asked him what his favorite part about church was. He said, "No husbands." And that made her mad, because all the other kids said nice things about God and Jesus and good feelings. But old Charlie told him the truth. No husbands!
I don't care what everybody else says. That's what they thought. All the other stuff is fine, but the real good part about church is the Hermans aren't there. Ever.
That's not a very Christian sentiment, seems to me.
It's a very practical sentiment. Charlie came home from school every day last year black and blue because of Leroy Herdman.
Is he the worst one, Leroy?
They're all the worst ones.
Ralph's the biggest. So if Ralph gets you,
That doesn't even make any difference. Gladys, she's not big, but she's evil and she bites you.
I'm sorry I asked. Just try to stay away from them.
That's what I said. Stay away from them. Go to church.
Oh, I'm glad to hear you say that.
Why?
No arguments for the Christmas pageant.
I don't want to be a shepherd again.
Well, ask Mrs. Armstrong to be a wise man.
I don't want to be in it.
But everybody is in it. Imagine me sitting there on Christmas Eve and none of my children in the Christmas pageant. Think how I'd feel. Think how your father would feel. You'd feel awful, right, Bob?
Well, actually, I didn't plan to go. You know how it's always crowded. They can have my seat. I'll just stay home, put on my bathrobe, and relax. Besides, there's never anything different about the Christmas pageant.
Oh, there'll be something different this year.
What?
Charlie's gonna wear a bathrobe.
You just made that up, Grace.
why don't you be Joseph? Elmer Hawkins will pay you $1 to be Joseph.
Elmer's sick of being Joseph all the time just because his father's the minister. Nobody wants to be Joseph.
Nobody wants to be in it.
What are you going to be this year, Beth?
I'm always in the angel choir.
Well, why can't Charlie be in the angel choir?
Because Charlie can't sing.
From what I've heard in the past, that's not a problem. Away in the manger always sound like a closet full of mice.
What do you wear in the angel choir?
Bed sheets.
Great. Some choice. Bed sheets or a bathrobe. Let's go watch TV.
You know, Mrs. Armstrong works very hard to make the pageant a nice experience for everyone.
Oh, Mom. Mrs. Armstrong just likes to run things.
They're right, you know. Helen Armstrong is in charge of the pageant. She runs the bazaar. She's in charge of the potluck. I think she would preach the sermon if they let her. Did you hear that siren?
Yes, what is that?
Edna. Edna?
Yes,
Helen. Call George and tell him to turn down the thermostat to 60 and to leave it there.
yes, Helen.
And you take care of the bazaar and the potluck.
We'll take care of it, Helen.
Oh, and tell George that I've got that roast in the crock pot.
I
Tell
will,
him,
Helen.
tell him to turn it down to low. Oh,
Yes, Helen.
and tell him to call the children and tell him that I tripped over his boots again, but this time I broke my leg. Where are you taking me? Where are you taking me?
To the
Are
hospital.
you sure you know how to get there? Oh my goodness. Oh.
Was that George Armstrong's wife?
Yes, that was Helen Armstrong. I think if she's in the hospital for very long, we're going to have to cancel Christmas.
She's in charge of Christmas?
Yes, she is the director of the Christmas pageant. She's chairman of the potluck and runs the bazaar. I feel really bad that she hurt herself, but who's going to do all that work?
Yes, Edna, I'll take over the bazaar if you'll do the potluck supper, but I don't know what we're gonna do about the Christmas pageant unless... What about Grace?
Hello? Oh, Edna, no, I couldn't possibly. I've got guests all Christmas week. How about Grace?
Children! Ha! You know my nerves can't handle the stress. How about Grace?
Hello? Grace?
Does that mean I have to go?
Our Christmas pageant isn't what you call 4-star entertainment. Mrs. Armstrong breaking her leg is the only interesting thing to ever happen to it. It's always the same old carols, and the same old story, and the same old Mary and Joseph. And that's what my mother was stuck with. Well, that and Mrs. Armstrong.
Tell you again, Grace, how important it is to make sure that everyone has a chance. This is how I do it. I first start out with choosing Mary. And I tell them we have to choose Mary very carefully because she's the mother of Jesus.
I know that, Helen.
Well, and then I tell them all about Joseph and how God chose Joseph to be Jesus' father. Well, I don't have to really explain that real well because frankly, it is always Elmer Hopkins. And he knows all about Mary and Joseph.
I thought Mrs. Armstrong was in traction. How can she talk on the phone when she's in traction?
What do you think traction is?
It's when they put you to sleep, Beth.
Oh, no such luck. Beth, we need salt and pepper and napkins.
But I do explain about the wise men and the shepherds and how important they are, and that there are no small parts, only small actors. Oh, and remind the angel choir not to stare at the audience, and don't let them wear earrings and stuff like that. It looks just terrible. Oh, Beth, I just hope you don't have too many baby angels, because that's going to be your worst problem.
You will leave some for the rest of us, won't you, Charlie?
No, leave her alone and steal my lunch again. I'm hungry.
How can you let him, day after day, do that to you?
How can I stop him? Where's the chicken?
Grace, where's the chicken?
Still in the oven.
I'll get it.
And Grace, you'll have to get someone to push the baby angels on stage. Otherwise, they'll run into each other and bend their wings. Oh, Bob could do that. And he could probably go ahead and take care of the shepherds. Oh, and another thing about the angel choir. Don't let them wear lipstick and stuff like that.
Helen, there's someone at my door.
Because they think
My
that
doorbell
it-
sounds like a siren. I gotta go. There's someone at my door. Coming.
And it just looks terrible. So tell them.
Lady, can I get some supper? I haven't had a square meal in 3 days.
Getting lonely?
Very.
Well, Helen Armstrong is apparently lonely in the hospital. She won't stop talking.
All the telephones are working. That's all she needs.
I bet she told you guys about no small parts and only small actors.
Yeah, and how she needs someone to shove the baby angels on stage and make the shepherds shut up.
Oh, yes. She suggested your father.
Does that mean I have to go?
Oh, and Grace, about baby Jesus. Don't just get anybody's baby to be baby Jesus. Get 2 of them if you can. That way, if one gets fussy, you could always switch them.
My mom wasn't too worried about Mrs. Armstrong. She said Mrs. Armstrong had nothing better to do than to sit in the hospital and think of problems. And there weren't going to be any problems. Of course, Mother didn't count on the Herdmans showing up. That was Charlie's fault.
Hey, Leroy, you give me back my lunch.
Sure, kid.
Here. You stole my dessert again.
How do you know?
Because it's not in here.
What was it?
2 Twinkies. steal my dessert every day?
Yep.
I don't care. I'll even give you my dessert. I get all the dessert I want in Sunday school.
Oh, yeah? What
Yeah.
kind of dessert?
We get all of it. We get chocolate cakes and Twinkies and we really get all we want.
You're a liar.
We get soda, pies, chocolate.
Who gives it to you?
The minister, man.
Why? Is he crazy or something?
No, I just think he's rich.
Sunday school. Huh?
Well, that was the wrong thing to tell the Herdmans. And sure enough, the very next Sunday, there they were in Sunday school. Just in time to hear about the Christmas pageant. What's a pageant?
It's like a play.
Like on TV? What's it about?
It's about Jesus.
Ugh, everything here is.
And it's about Mary. Mostly, it's about Mary.
Who's Mary?
Well, I am. Or usually I am. I know the parts.
All right, come in. Everybody come in. And get a seat. A little faster. Yeah. Yep, all of you guys get a seat. Charlie, where's Charlie? Where did your brother go? Oh, I'm sorry. Everybody sit down. Okay, this won't take long if we all settle down. Today we're just gonna choose who plays the main roles. So, but don't worry, everyone will get an important part, because as Mrs. Armstrong always says, there's no small part,
Only small actors.
That is what she says, right?
That's what she always says, but she never tells us what it means.
Oh, you don't know what it means?
I know what it means. It means that the short kids have to be in the front row of the angel choir, or else nobody can see them.
Not quite, Maxine. It just means that everyone is important, from the smallest baby angel is just as important as Mary.
I don't think anyone is as important as Mary.
Naturally, that's what you think, Alice. I think Jesus is more important. I still think that the short kids have to be in the front row.
Girls, everyone is important. Mary, Joseph, and the smallest baby angel. Oh, Charlie's here. That's very nice. Have a seat. But you do know there's no crowd dancing in Bethlehem, right,
What?
Shirley? Sorry. Okay. All right. Do we have everyone? Beverly, would you mind going to the hall and just checking to make sure no stragglers are out there?
Yes,
Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna.
Should I call you to let you know?
Oh.
I have a new cell phone.
Sure, dear. Thanks a lot.
I
Okay.
can text too. See?
Great. Okay, go ahead. Okay, so you baby angels, you're gonna need sheets, bed sheets, so talk to your parents. Actually, the angel choir will also need the bed sheets, and the shepherds, we're gonna need some ropes. What's the matter?
Stop moving. They're like T-Rex.
Oh,
If you don't move, they won't see you.
well, make room for the husbands.
Jesus, Bill!
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, now where's Beverly?
I think she went home.
What?
I think she got sick.
Did she say she was sick?
She just left. All I did was I just said, "Hi, Beverly," and she just left.
Oh. be here.
What if we get sick?
You won't get sick, Elmer. And then whoever is playing Mary and Joseph absolutely needs to make it to every practice.
What if they get sick?
They won't get sick.
Well, Beverly got sick and we haven't even started yet.
We don't really know that Beverly got sick. Okay, let's talk about Mary and what kind of person she was. So we know from the scriptures that she was kind, loving, gentle, quiet. So the girl who plays her should have those same characteristics. So, do I have any volunteers? Oh, Imogene, do you have a question?
No. I want to be Mary. And Ralph over here, he wants to be Joseph. Yeah, right.
Oh. Okay. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, so we're just gonna make a list of the people who are volunteering. Okay, so, and then we'll decide after that, after we have the list. So I have Ralph Herdman as Joseph. Who else would like to be Joseph? Elmer, you're usually Joseph. Are you raising your hand?
No.
Please, raise your hand, anybody. Okay. Ralph Herdman. Will be Joseph. All right, so Mary, Imogene has volunteered for Mary, but I know we have more volunteers than that. Who else? Roberta. Janet. Alice, you usually play Mary. Are you going to volunteer?
No, I don't want to.
Okay. All right.
I'll be Mary. Shut up, Gladys. I'm already married. You go be a wise man.
Well, wise men are usually boys. But we could change that.
I'll be a wise man.
Me too. Claudia, you want to be a wise man.
What
Raise
is
your
a
hand.
wise man?
Raise your hand.
Yeah, Claudia. Raise your hand.
Well, what's like to be then?
Some angel.
All right, I'll be that. What is it?
It's the angel of the Lord who brings the good news of Jesus' birth to the shepherds in the field. Oh, good. We have some volunteers. Hobie, do you want to be a shepherd?
No. Can't be a shepherd. We're going to China.
What? Why didn't you tell me sooner?
I forgot.
Oh, okay. Hobie. Sorry, whoever's raising their hand, speak up.
My mother doesn't want me to be a shepherd.
Why?
I don't know. She just said don't be a shepherd.
Charlie, why is your hand up?
I don't want to be a shepherd. I can't
No,
do
you
this.
are a shepherd. What do you want to say, Elmer?
I don't want to be a shepherd. Gladys hits too hard.
The angel of the Lord doesn't hit anybody. They just bring the good news to the shepherds in the fields.
It hits them.
Don't be ridiculous, Elmer. I don't want to hear any more about this from you or anybody else. No one's going to hit anybody. No shepherds are quitting. And no one's going to get sick. Now you can go, but I need you back on Wednesday, ready to rehearse. Alice? Oh, I need to talk to you. Oh, what happened?
I don't know.
Alice, why didn't you? I expected you to volunteer.
I don't know.
You're always married.
Miss Bradley.
Okay,
No, Miss
we'll talk about
Bradley,
it later.
they
I gotta
got
go.
it off of me. Ow, ow.
On Alice, I don't know. I didn't dare raise my hand. Imogene would have killed me. She said, I'm gonna be Mary in this pageant, and if you open your mouth or raise your hand, you'll wish you didn't. Then I said, I'm always Mary in the Christmas pageant. But then she said, go ahead then. And when spring comes and the pussy willows come out, I'll stick a pussy willow so far down your ear that no one will be able to reach it. And it'll stay there, and it'll grow and grow, and you'll spend the rest of your life with a pussy willow that's growing out of your ear.
Jane, Edna McCarthy, did you hear about the... Well, it must be Grace's fault somehow. How else would the 6 of them end up in a Christmas pageant when they ought to be in jail?
Vera, this is Irma Slocum. I just heard that Imogene's Herdman is going to be married in the Christmas pageant. And I don't know, is that right? All 6 of them? Oh. Vera, I live next door to that outfit, and I'd rather live next door to a zoo. Has Grace gone crazy?
Where did they come from? Who let them in? Imogen Herman? What kind of a child is that to be married the mother of Jesus? Where was Reverend Hopkins, I'd like to know? He was what? Visiting the shut-ins? Well, I'm a shut-in, and he wasn't visiting me.
I said, why don't you let them pass out programs at the door? Grace says we never have programs for the pageant. But I said,
nail down the church, lock up the silver service, and hide the collection plate before they wipe us out.
What was wrong with Grace? Could she just send them away, tell them to go home? Oh, I feel so responsible. If I had been up and around, this would have never happened.
We're going to have to get her euthanized.
Wait a minute, I don't need an enema. Why are you taking me to the enema? I don't need an enema.
If I'd been up and around, this never would have happened. Well, I'll tell you.
Don't tell me. I'm on your side. The car's over here.
Helen Armstrong is not the only person who can direct a Christmas pageant. When this first started, I decided to just do the best I could under the circumstances. But now, this is going to be the best Christmas pageant we have ever had. With the Herdmans. I mean, after all, they're the ones who volunteered. And I don't care what everyone is saying.
I'm on your side, Grace. The car's over here.
And you're going to help me.
Does that mean...
Yes, you have to go! Come on up on stage, kids. Have a seat. Okay, we're gonna get started. Everybody sit down. Okay, so the inn is off stage, and the shepherds are gonna gather around the manger. Right there. The shepherds.
Where's an inn?
It's like a motel where people go to spend the night.
What people? Jesus?
Oh! Honestly, Jesus wasn't even born yet. Mary and Joseph went there.
Why?
To pay their taxes.
At a motel?
Shut up, Ollie! Everyone shut up! I want to hear her. Begin at the beginning.
The beginning.
The beginning of the play. What happens first?
Imogen, this is the Christmas story from the Bible. Have you never heard the Christmas story from the Bible? Okay, well that's what this whole play is about, so I'm gonna have to read it to you.
I don't believe that, do you? That they've never heard the Christmas story before?
Why not? They don't even know what a Bible is. And they've never been to church in your whole lives. Till your brother told them we have refreshments.
All right. There went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And Joseph went out from Galilee with Mary, his wife, being great with child.
Pregnant!
She was pregnant.
Yes. We all know that she was pregnant. That's kind of the point of the story. Okay, and it came to pass while they were there that the days were accomplished that she should be delivered, and she brought forth her firstborn son.
I don't think it's very nice to say that Mary was pregnant. Well, she was. I don't think your mother should say that Mary was pregnant. I'm not supposed to talk about people being pregnant, especially not in church. Shh.
And she wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in the manger, for there was no room for them in the inn.
My God, they didn't have room for Jesus?
Well, they didn't know the baby was going to be Jesus.
Well, didn't Mary know? Why didn't Joseph say anything, that she was pregnant and everything?
What's a manger? Some kind of bed?
No, there was no bed in the stable, so Mary had to use whatever was available. I mean, what would you do if you had a newborn and no bed for him or her?
Oh, we put Gladys in the bureau drawer.
Okay, so yeah, there you go. You had a baby, no bed, you used what you had.
We had a bed, only Ollie was still in it, and Ollie did not like Gladys. Remember how you didn't like Gladys? That was pretty smart of Ollie, not to like Gladys right off the bat.
Okay, let's get back to the subject. A manger is a large wooden feeding trough for animals.
What were those wadded up clothes you mentioned, or whatever?
What?
In your little magic Bible thing, whatever it's called. It said, they wrapped him up in wadded up clothes.
Oh, swaddling clothes. They took large pieces of fabric back then and would wrap the baby really tightly to make him feel cozy.
Whoa. So they tied up Jesus. And then put him in a feed box? Where was the child welfare?
The child welfare is in our house every 5 minutes.
There wasn't any child welfare in Bethlehem. I'll say there wasn't.
Okay, and there were shepherds keeping watch over their flocks by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them.
Shazam!
What?
Out of the black night, the mighty marvel became horrible things.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Gladys.
The mighty marvel from Amazing Comics,
No, we're talking about the angel of the Lord.
who came out of the black night, right? Out of nowhere, right?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess.
Shazam!
Okay, now when Jesus was born, there came wise men from the east bearing gifts of frankincense and myrrh.
What is that supposed to mean?
What's that?
They're like special gifts of spices, oils.
Oil? What kind of present is oil? We get better presents from the child welfare.
Were they the welfare? The wise men?
No, they were kings sent from.
Well, it's about time someone important showed up. They can get the baby out of the feed box and tell the innkeeper where to get off.
They were kings sent by Herod, who was the main king, who wanted them to locate Jesus so they could put him to death.
My God, they're gonna kill Jesus who was just born.
Who's Herod in this play?
He's not in the play.
He's out to kill the baby and he isn't even in the play!
Well, somebody better be Herod. Hey, let's let Charlie be Herod.
Wait a minute. I want to be Herod.
So Herod says, hey, give me that baby! And everyone's like, okay, because he's the king and all.
But then they don't do it. They go back and they get Herod.
I'm not gonna be Herod.
No one is Herod! No one!
Wait, no. Joseph, he goes and gets the shepherds together, and they go to wipe out Herod.
God, we're gonna put Herod in the play. It's gonna be me. I'm gonna get killed.
Forget about Herod!
And I'll run away with the baby until the fight's over.
Someone ought to take out that innkeeper. Gladys, you take out the innkeeper.
I can't. I'm an angel.
I'd send the angel of the Lord after him, so she could use her electric finger and turn him into a pile of ash.
Yeah. Zap.
What's the name of this play anyway?
Christmas pageant. Duh.
That's no name, that's what it is.
I know a name. I'd call it Revenge at Bethlehem.
Yeah!
Well, at least they got the right villain. It was Herod they wanted to kill and not the baby Jesus. Our baby Jesus quit the pageant anyway. It was supposed to be Eugene Slocum, but Mrs. Slocum said she didn't want Imogene Herdman to get her hands on him. So we didn't have a baby Jesus, and that bothered my mother. And she kept trying to scratch one up, even at the last rehearsal. What are you writing in that book?
Oh, it's like a diary.
It is not. It's all about the Herdmans. Imogene curses and swears a lot. Ralph talks about sexy things. Mrs. Bradley called Mary pregnant. Gladys drinks the communion wine. It's not wine, it's grape juice.
I don't care what it is. She drinks it. I've seen her 3 times with her mouth all purple. And they steal too. If you shake the birthday bank, it doesn't make a sound. That's because they stole all the pennies out of it. And every time you go in the ladies' room, the whole air is blue and Imogene Herdman is sitting there in the Mary costume smoking cigars.
And you wrote this all down. What for?
For my mother, and the Reverend, and the Ladies' Aid Society, and anyone else who wants to know why this whole pageant is a complete mess.
All right, places, everyone. Have a seat. Okay, so this is our last rehearsal.
Oh,
We
Grace!
did-
I just wanted to tell you we're all back in the kitchen making applesauce cake. We'll try not to bother you. Oh, I guess this is your dress rehearsal.
Well, it's supposed to be. Oh, Edna, I heard that your niece had a baby, a little girl, about a month ago. Is that right?
Yes, she is 5 weeks old. And absolutely.
Well, I wondered how it'd be if I called her and asked her if we could borrow the baby.
Oh, Grace, no. Oh, I can make up some lie and tell you that the baby is sick or cranky or something. But the truth is, she's perfectly healthy and happy and beautiful. And we all want her to stay that way. So we're certainly not going to hand her over to Emma Jane Herdman. What? Sorry, Grace.
Mrs. Bradley!
Yes, David?
You can have my little brother for Jesus.
Oh, I didn't know you had a new baby at the house.
He's not new. He's 4 years old, but he's double dreaded for I could probably scratch out.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work.
Listen, I'll get us a baby.
And how do you plan on doing that?
Well, there's always 2 or 3 babies in the carriages outside the supermarket, and I can just go and grab them.
No. Do not do that. You can't take a baby. We'll just have to stick with the doll.
Yeah, you're probably right. A doll can't bite you.
Okay, and Imogene, Mary didn't wear earrings, you know that, right?
Oh, I cannot take these out. I just got them pierced, and if I take them out, then my ears won't grow back together.
They won't grow back in an hour and a half. Well, what did your doctor say?
What doctor?
Who pierced your ears?
Gladys?
I bet she did it with an ice pick. Imogene's ears will turn black and fall off.
Okay, we'll just find something smaller for you to wear. But, is this your costume? Is this what you're planning on wearing? As Mary? Is this what you're all wearing? This was supposed to be a dress rehearsal. You're supposed to be wearing your costumes.
Mrs. Bradley?
Yes?
I can't find my halo. My wings got open. Janet's got my robe.
My mother doesn't have any white bed sheets. Can I wear a sheet with balloons on it?
I like balloons too.
I don't have
supposed to wear your father's bathrobe. That's what I have to wear.
He hasn't got a bathrobe.
What does he wear around the house then?
His underwear.
Okay. We'll just pretend we're in costumes.
Are we going through the whole thing?
Yes, of course. It's our last rehearsal. We're just going to start with the entrances for now. So everybody get in their places. And we'll start with the shepherds. Maxine, just go ahead and do the last line.
This is Bradley.
Yes.
Let's go to the bathroom.
Okay, just hurry, please. Okay, Maxine, go ahead.
Shepherds, keeping watch over their flocks by night.
Shepherds, and music.
And an angel of the Lord appeared to them and
Shazam!
Oh!
Out of the black night, the mighty mortal.
Nope.
The mighty mortal.
No, Gladys. Go ahead, Maxine.
A multitude of the heavenly host.
Angels and music. Wise men and music.
Hey, I have a baby. Don't touch him.
No.
His name is Jesus.
No.
Hey,
No.
hey,
Mary
hey,
and Joseph,
hey,
don't
hey,
say anything. No. Where's the baby? No, you're just supposed to sit here, both of you, and make a lovely picture for the whole audience to look at and think about Jesus and the true meaning of Christ and Christmas. Put the baby back and don't say anything.
I don't get to say anything. Some angel tells me what to name my baby. I would have named him Bill. Oh, what a horrible thing to say! What angel? There are angels everywhere.
Was it Gladys? No, Gladys is the angel of the Lord who brings the good news to the shepherds.
Yeah. Unto you a child is born.
Unto me! Not them, I'm the one who had the thing.
No. That just means unto all of us. Jesus belongs to everyone.
Does Mary really not get to say anything? Does the angel just come down and say, name him Jesus?
Yes, he does.
I know what the angel said. He said his name shall be Wonderful, Counselor, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace.
What?
My God. He'll never make it out of the first grade with a name like that. Hey, give it. It's mine. It's
Oh, take 5 minutes. Just take 5 minutes. I can't take anymore.
We never did start over. And we never did get through the whole thing. 5 minutes turned to 15. And Imogene spent the whole time smoking cigars in the ladies' room. Then Mrs. McCarthy went into the ladies' room and smelled smoke. And she called the fire department. And they came right away. Fire!
Are you smoking?
I just smell
Why don't
smoke.
they waste their time on cigar
Oh my
smoke?
gosh, this is a waste of time. Let's let the rookie handle it back there.
That sounds like
You didn't even
hook up the hose again.
Oh my gosh! Where are their parents?
These kids don't listen to their parents.
Are they on steroids? Oh, get this off me!
It's a volunteer job.
I quit.
Not doing it anymore.
Gosh,
I'm done.
the Hermits.
dragged a fire hose through the church, looking for a fire to put out. Oh, and they found one in the kitchen. The applesauce cake all burned up. All the ladies were mad, and Mrs. McCarthy was mad, and my mother was mad.
I can't believe you called the fire department over just a little bit of smoke.
It was a lot of smoke. The ladies' room was full of thick smoke.
It couldn't have been. You just got excited. And now look, there's baby angels all outside in the street, shepherds climbing on the fire truck and half the neighborhood, all because of a little smoke. Did you know it was cigar smoke?
No, I didn't know it was cigar smoke. I don't expect to find cigar smoke in the ladies' room of the church.
And Alice Windlekin's mother was mad, and the whole Ladies' Aid Society was mad, and Reverend Hopkins didn't know what to think.
Oh my Lord. I've been on the telephone all day, and I can't seem to come to heads or tails of it. Some people said they set fire in the ladies' room. Some people said they set fire in the kitchen. Vera Windlekin said all the kids have to talk about is sex and underwear.
That was Hobie Clark talking about the underwear. And there was no fire. They set fire to nothing. The only fire was in the kitchen with the applesauce cake.
Well, Grace, the whole church is in an uproar. Look, I don't know. Jesus said, "Suffer little children, come unto me." Nowhere in that verse did it say anything about the herdmans. Look, Grace, I think we should cancel this pageant.
I bet that was Helen Armstrong's idea.
We could blame it on the fire.
And that was Edmund McCarthy's idea.
Well, look, everybody seems to think that it's going to be sort of a...
Disaster?
Yes.
Well, they're wrong. It's going to be the best Christmas pageant we have ever had.
Oh, Grace. I don't think anyone's going to come to see it.
I didn't think so either, and neither did Charlie. But we were wrong. On Christmas Eve, the church was jammed-packed. Everybody came to see it. Well, to see what the herdmans would do.
Okay, watch your step. Watch your step. Let me get things out of the way and turn on the lights.
I can't even see where I'm going.
Be careful.
Oh, I don't know what in the world you expect to do with this thing.
Oh, I thought it could pass as a palm tree. But I'm seeing now that I was wrong. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen tonight. The herdman still thinks this is some kind of spy show. It's going to be the first pageant in the history of man where the shepherds get in a fist fight with Joseph and Mary takes off with a baby. Oh, God. Where are the kids?
All the kids in the world are in the basement putting on bed sheets.
These are kids.
We're here.
You guys have to get your costumes on.
It's going to be just awful, you know.
Oh.
They look like trick or treat. Their sneakers all moldy and all fastened together with safety pins. Mary and Joseph, I mean. They look like refugees or something.
Well, that's what they were. Mary and Joseph. They were refugees in a way. They were far from home, didn't have any place to stay, didn't know anybody, tired, messy, hungry, and dirty.
I don't know about tired and hungry, but they sure are dirty.
Okay, go get your costumes. I don't know. Do you think I should?
I think you worry too much. Now, let's see if I have it straight. Push the baby angels on, hand out shepherd's crooks, push them on. And when do I do all of this?
Just follow the script.
Baby angels, shepherds, wise men. It doesn't seem to say when the fire engines show up.
So pass those out to the shepherd. Let's not set fire to the church. All right, kids, come out on the stage. Everybody come in. Where's Alice? Alice and Beth, could you guys go in the front to help the baby angels, please? Okay, let me just look at everybody. Oh boy. Okay. All right. I'm gonna need everybody to go backstage, but be very quiet back there because people are coming in. Okay? And good luck.
Oh, Mrs. Bradley, in the theater, actors do not say good luck. They say break a leg.
Yes, but under the circumstances. No, it means good luck. It does not mean to break a leg, yours or anyone else's. Come on, guys. Places, be quiet. And Imogene, let's pretend this is a baby. And for tonight, anyway, it's the baby Jesus.
Welcome, everyone, to our annual Christmas pageant. Grace Bradley has decided to take it over, and we are wishing, hoping, praying that it will be a wonderful experience. God be with you.
In the days of Caesar Augustus, a decree went out that all the world should be taxed. And Joseph went into Bethlehem with Mary, his wife, who was great with child. And while they were there, she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. Away in a manger, no crib for a bed, the little Lord Jesus lay down his sweet head. The stars in the sky looked down where he lay. The little Lord Jesus asleep on the hay.
They look awful. What's Imogen doing? I don't think it's very nice to birth baby Jesus, like he had colic.
Well, he could have had colic, just like any other baby.
I don't care. It looks awful. They look awful.
So what? They're new parents and have no place to go. Plus, they have a new baby to worry about.
Who? Ralph and Imogene?
No, Mary and Joseph. Joseph. And in that region there were shepherds keeping watch over their flocks by night. And an angel of the Lord appeared to them. And an angel of the Lord appeared to them. And the glory of the Lord shone round about. When the angel of the Lord appeared to them, and Josiah, unto you a child is born. His name is Jesus. He's in the blood. Shall see him. Hurry up. Go. Look at him. Look at him. And suddenly there was a multitude of the heavenly host, saying, Glory to God in the highest, and earth and peace among men. Gloria in excelsis Deo, Gloria in excelsis Deo. When Jesus was born, there came wise men from the east to worship him, bringing gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
He was awful too. What's that lever it's got? It's a ham. A ham? They must have stole it.
It must have been from their welfare basket.
It's their ham? Then they must hate ham.
Well, even if they hate ham, Alice, it's the only thing they've ever given away in their lives. Being warned in a dream that they should not return to their own country, the wise men departed another way. The shepherds also departed, praising God for all that they had seen and heard. But Mary kept all these things and pondered them in her heart. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace.
Beth, look, Mary's crying. Mrs. Bradley! Mary's crying!
Could you believe that was Imogene Herdman and the rest of them? Irma, this was the best Christmas pageant we've ever had. And I'm not sure why, but I think it was him. Could that be?
I don't know. I always get so weepy over the Christmas pageant. I don't know if it's the children or the carols or what, but you're right. It was the best. And it should have been the worst.
There was just something different.
Well, the angel of the Lord was different.
Yes, you know, I like that. Had lots of spirit. Sometimes you can't even hear the angel of the Lord. I must find Grace and tell her.
I just wish now that I would have let Eugene be the baby Jesus.
Who was the baby Jesus?
Why, it was a doll.
Oh, I don't think so, Irma. That was no doll.
Well, it did seem awfully real.
It did seem real, as if man happened just that way. We all thought the Christmas story was just about Jesus, but it was about more than that. It was about a new baby, and a new mother, and a new father who were in a whole lot of trouble. No place to go, no money, no friends, no family, and then, arriving from the east, just like my uncle from New Jersey, some rich friends. Because of the Herdmans, it was a whole new story. Imogene burping the baby, and the wise men bringing such sensible presents. After all, you can't eat frankincense. And Gladys, he's in the barn, go and see him! So the shepherds didn't have to wander around the countryside. But I guess it was not like that for Imogene. For her, the Christmas story turned out to be about mystery and wonder, like she was just now catching on to what the Christmas story was truly all about. And afterwards, we had a party in the basement, but the Herdmans didn't go. They didn't have any cocoa, they didn't walk off with all the cookies, and they didn't even take their candy canes.
Well, that's about it. Are there any children left in the basement?
Nope, they're all gone. Bob,
Yes.
you realize you're wearing your robe. Are you wearing that home?
Well, why not? Maybe somebody will think I was a shepherd in this play. I wouldn't mind being a shepherd in this Christmas pageant.
Yes, you would. When it was over, some lady came and hugged me just because I was a shepherd. And what do I do with this ham?
That's the Herdman's. I asked Leroy, but he said he wouldn't take it back. You don't take back gifts.
Leroy said that.
Yeah.
You must hate ham.
You and Alice Wendelkin.
What about these lights?
They're on a timer. They'll go off at midnight.
It's almost that time. Hey, it's almost Christmas.
It's almost Christmas, kids.
Almost Christmas, Charlie.
Let's go home.